Over the next few months, members of the class of 2025 will participate in their graduation ceremonies. Their years of recycled lectures and dead silent Zoom classes are over. It's more than likely that they've already started enjoying the fun of seeking employment in Australia today. Days that seem to go on forever, waiting for a new job ad to come out, applying to the ones with less than 3 hours commute, and being rejected before another human has even caught sight of your application. This seemingly endless cycle of torment impacts your self-worth, it dehumanises you, it makes you wonder why on earth did you spend years studying and saddled yourself with tens of thousands of dollars in debt. In the AI age, an alarming number of applications aren't being sent or received by humans. If you're still writing a CV and cover letter the old-fashioned way, you're risking leaving out an element of the selection criteria that your artificially enhanced competitors haven't. The entire point of a job application and interview is to determine whether someone is right for a workplace and whether the workplace is right for them. Instead, a bizarre battle of simulacra plays out, often without any human from either side actually having read anything that the other has written or had written. Those lucky few who do find themselves employed are looking around every corner to see if the AI who helped them get the job is waiting to take it away again. In Australia, WiseTech has just cut 2,000 jobs due to AI. Just today, Atlassian cut 1,600 jobs in a pivot to AI, though there have been allegations that AI is being used by big companies as an excuse to reduce headcount and cut costs. As reported by the Australian Financial Review earlier this month, and I quote, "An AI system built by just 3 developers inside Qantas is already improving on-time performance by spotting trouble across the airline schedules in real time. AI is already shaving a minute off every phone call to Telstra's contact centre. At La Trobe Financial, it's lifted the productivity of the investment management giant's credit analysts by 65%. So for some workers, it will mean getting more work done. For others, it will mean going home in the middle of the day and not knowing if they'll avoid defaulting on the house next month. Research from Indeed's hiring lab found that graduate job postings fell by 24% in 2004, and were on track at the time to fall by another 16% in 2025. As supply has fallen, demand has risen. Every graduate job has hundreds of applications. And let's not pretend, even leaving AI aside, that all applications are created equal. One of my staff, who graduated a few years ago, felt that he seemed to get very few interviews. One day he decided that he would try something different. He started replacing his Middle Eastern-sounding surname with his Irish middle name, and he suddenly became a much more desirable candidate and graduate. Nothing about his skills or experience had changed, but he found himself in many more interviews than he had previously. Of course, no recruiting officer would ever tell you this. Sorry, your CV is impressive, but it seemed like you could be brown, so I don't think this will work out. In fact, most applicants won't even hear back after making an application. For employers, it's just more paperwork. But for job seekers, it matters. Every single minute matters. Without a response, even the dreaded email beginning with "unfortunately," it feels like you're just throwing application after application into a big fat void. For young people, COVID marked a sharp downturn in employment outcomes. A report by the Australia Institute found that during the pandemic, despite making up only 14% of total employment, young people made up 39% of job losses. This trend reversed slightly at the end of the pandemic before falling back down again with the introduction of generative artificial intelligence. According to a quality indicator for learning and teaching survey in 2024, 26% of graduates had not found full-time work within 4 to 6 months of graduating. That was up by 5 percentage points compared to 2023. For those who aren't able to correct this course, the consequences are devastating.
Thank you, Senator Payman.